Okay, so yeah, amazingly enough, I did manage to get that in the right spot. So you can see the whole screen. Alright, enough talk. Let us enter the Tower of Dilemma. Oh no, a slime! Yes indeed, sir, friends, family, whatever. Cast your cure spell all the time, gets you extra points, plus your hit points can go above maximum. You move around on a grid-like thing, and actually that was one thing that was a little easier about the first one, or the non-expansion version. I really felt like the grid was easier to see. However, we're not going to complain. Better graphics, woot. Alright, let's torch this sucker. You have defeated the slime. Your blood bonus is just based on how many hit points you have left. Level bonus, blah blah blah, you know that. Level, what level you're on. Intimidation. Okay, what's really cool is you get these like other bonuses, you know, for having all attack spells, defensive spells, summon spells, whatever. And it's kind of neat. And also you gain your rune every time you beat the level without taking a hit. So we have the new enemy, Slime. Slimes can be found in most places throughout Mythica. I guess that's where we are. Usually just seen as pests or vermin. They're weak against ranged attack. No, they are not! Alright. Let's move on. Casting our cure spell in the beginning again. We'll torch more of these guys. The biggest thing to do is, when you kill a monster, try and step over its corpse, because it might have dropped something. AKA, it might have dropped the runes that you need, especially the last one. Make sure to walk over the corpse of the last one you kill, because as you can see, the level ends as soon as you kill the last monster, and, well, if it drops something, you won't get it unless you walk over its corpse. Also, the monsters have a nasty tendency of picking up things that other monsters drop, and when they die, they don't give it back. So if you kill a slime and it drops like a fire rune, and another slime like walks over and picks it up, like you can just kiss your fire rune goodbye, because even if you kill the slime that picked up the fire rune, you won't get it again. Anyway, we're trying to be a little bit careful here. We're just trying to like scoot around and not get hit, basically be a coward. That's what all wizards are, right? Probably no surprise why this is my favorite one, seeing as how you play as a wizard. Oh, darn you! And as you can see, you might not have been able to see it very well, but underneath the fire, that slime dropped a rune, and his friend, brother, picked it up, and that ticks me off to no end. Alright, we didn't get a rune, but that's okay. Time to explain what the heck I'm talking about when I say elements and runestones and all that. You build spells in this game. There are about 40 spells in all, which is actually quite a lot for an RTS game. Or, well, it's not an RTS, but it's a real-time game. You know, so it's pretty cool, because each of the spells are actually unique. Anyway, these are the spells we can build, but as you can see down there, all the zeros, we have no runes. I think the runes are fire, water, spirit, and air? Oh, pardon me. Let's just see, let's try and build one, actually. Whoops. Let's try and build one that says, yeah, fire, water, air, and spirit. Not your typical fire, earth, water, air, which is also adding to the originality of this. Alright, so, you know what, let's go with Spark, because we can fight from a distance and, maybe kill something without getting hit. This is a goblin. Goblins are really annoying, and in large numbers, they can be quite dangerous. They typically move around randomly, and they're just annoying. As you can see, they take a few more hits than your normal monster. Those slimes that we were fighting would die from 2 sparks, however the goblins die from 3. Ah, leave me alone, and they will try and corner you. They may seem like they're walking aimlessly around, but they really aren't. Alright, so we got a runestone. And also using all spells of the same element. As you can see, we get the Wizard of the White, all spirit spells. So, new enemy, Goblin. Quick but fragile, the Goblin homeland is the warlike land of Barant. I don't know why we needed to know that, but alright. It says they're weak against traps, but once again, I don't see it. Anyway, if memory serves, we'll be fighting 3 of them in the next level. Why not? Let's try some traps. Oh, I see it's a slime and another one. Anyway, remember where you put the traps, friends. As you can see, there's no indication of where they are once you lay them down, and frankly, stepping on your own trap is just as fatal to you as it is to your monsters. Or, your enemies, I should say. Anyway, I'm trying to make a straight line here. I figure that's the best way to go. Alright, so we know where the enemy has triggered the trap, there isn't a trap, which kind of helps. I mean, it sounds like a no-brainer, but, you know, traps, I usually end up killing myself more often than not. Alright, so we got the Devious bonus, which is all trap spells, Cleric of the Raven, which is all air spells, and we got our last rune. As you inscribe the fourth and final rune, spelling your master's name, you feel your head spin slightly. A brightly colored portal opens in front of you. You hear Diib's voice softly in your ear. Good work, my young apprentice. You shall be rewarded for your troubles. Please, you move cautiously into the glowing opening. Yes, indeed, and our save game has been disabled. That sucks. Alright, so we're going to just want to play it safe. Let's go with Cure and Fire. Alright, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Fire is nice because it kills the goblins in one hit. It's the only first level spell that you get that'll do that. Also, inscribing all the runestones is a really nice thing because you get to fight these weak monsters and you get 5 runestones lined up behind you. You also instantly transport to level 10, and I've questioned whether transporting to level... Well, okay, what I should say is you jump to the next level of the tower, and each level of the tower is every 10 levels. So, I've often thought, is it worth it, really, to get a perfect score and get the runestones? Because you think you skip out on all those other levels, right? And you skip out on the chance to pick up more runestones from the other monsters you would have been killing if you hadn't skipped the levels. But in the end, it's usually just best to let the game take its own course. If you end up getting the perfect score and you spell out Diib's name, you know, good for you. You'll get the runestones. It's probably better to pay off. But it's also, at the same time, a double-edged sword. Don't spend the entire game trying to beat the levels without getting hit. If you do it, good. It comes to you, that's fine. If you don't do it, don't worry about it. But an easy way to get yourself killed is trying to set your spells up so that you can kill the monsters without taking damage. It usually ends up me equipping like 10 spark spells and then getting killed because I can't kill anything. Anyway, so we did indeed pick up all those runestones, and also every 10 levels you gain 1 runestone of every element. I don't know. I don't really understand it. But we'll save the game here. As you can see, we're now on level 11. Let's build some spells, shall we? Flame Jet is actually a really good one. Zap, useless. I mean, I know randomthoughts.net, you were trying, but Zap really does just suck. Heal, good spell to have, actually, I mean, because you unlock the higher level spells by building the lower level spells, so we'll probably want to learn Heal, in all honesty. Trap is a fun spell to use. It doesn't do exactly what you would think it does. It actually does do a lot of damage to whatever steps on it, a massive amount of damage for this early in the game. And if it doesn't kill the target, it'll hold him there. However, setting yourself up with all trap spells this early in the game, especially dangerous ones like this, is usually not a good idea, because you have a pretty good chance of just, like, owning yourself. Spikes is a fun spell to use, but it sets down 3 traps at once, which I also find myself tripping my own traps too much. We could learn Hole. I really don't know much about that one. I haven't used it. But, so yeah, I think we're going to go with Flame Jet. We're also going to just kind of try and build what we can, just to unlock the higher tier spells. We'll learn Heal, and we'll also learn, let's see, what else can we do? I guess we'll learn Spikes, and we'll also build, I know there's another one, Zap. Even though Zap sucks, it unlocks some better higher level spells. Alright, so let's choose our new spells. Flame Jet actually does less damage than Fire, and it has a slower recharge time, but the ranged attack is nice. And of course, Heal, even though it's slower than Cure, ends up being better in the long run, because you don't have to cast it as many times. And if you do the math, it's better to use Heal than Cure. So, alright, let's go on to the next level.